It's Mike and Flight from Roughneck Wrestling. We already put out one video on Stance in Motion on some things you can do at home during the pandemic. Today we got Royal Oak Ravens standout, national qualifier for Henry Ford College, Eli Kidder, to demonstrate some things that we can do from the bottom position for our skates. We're going to get in our base. We can do this with no partners. We can just do it in your living room. You can do it wherever. We're going to get in our base. We're going to work on our stand-up. Okay? So you see Elijah is in his base. He's got a cat back. He's ready to do his stand-up. A lot of this rounded back is going to make sure to show you that his hands are light on the mat so he can get hand control and get to his feet. First thing he's going to do is what we call a pivot stand-up. He's going to find out what side his opponent's on. He's going to pivot away from him. An inside step stand-up. The reason we call it inside step because his opponent's going to be on the side he's stepping up. So right here is going to be Eli's pivot stand-up. Bang. If you see, Eli's back leg doesn't move. It's a pivot. Okay, now to help out with Eli, we have Club National Qualifier, Andrew Kakus. He's going to show you what the stand-up would look like if you happen to have a partner, a brother, whoever it is. If you happen to have a partner, this is what you're doing it for. Kakus is going to mount him on this side. This is going to be inside step, pivot, stand-up. So Eli's going to clear this hand, boom, and pivot, stand-up, post, and he's up. Okay? Cutting in. One more time. Okay, the reason this pivot stand-up works real well is Eli's going to pivot on his far leg and put his weight on his far leg. If Kakus wants to go to a far ankle drive for his breakdown, and Eli steps up with the far ankle, he's going to step up and get driven right over. Okay? So one more time. Now, Eli's going to do a pivot stand-up. He's going to step up with the near side. Kakus is going to get to the far ankle. With Eli's weight on the far ankle, he cannot be driven over. So he gets up, posts on that leg, and peels the hand off the ankle. The ankle drive, Eli stands up, puts his weight on his back foot, peels the wrist, so he doesn't get driven over onto his stomach for the breakdown. This is a nice little drill to help you explode your feet faster. As we used to do back in the day, we called it a kips, where you're going from your knees to your feet. Coach Jeff R calls it the Igor, but you get in your base and you just pop up to your feet. This drill is helping you get off your knees as fast as you can, and it's just going to help you in your stand-ups and your explosion. At any position you get a chance to get to both feet, get to your feet. One of the number one drills I love to hit at every single practice, I like to make the kids practice, is the sit-out hip heist. You can hip heist from a bunch of different situations. This is the most common, I believe. He's going to go to a long sit-out and hip heist out. Bang. So now we did a pivot stand-up, and we did a kips, and we did a hip heist. Now I'm going to mix the stand-up with the pivot stand-up with the hip heist here. This works it's really effective, and I love this move. He goes to a stand-up with a wall, hip heist out. Bang. Another drill I like to hit is short sit tripod peek out. And here's what it looks like. You can drill this with no one around, and here's what it looks like with no partner. Short sit, boom, half quarter turn of your butt, you get to your tripod, forehead and toes are the only thing on the mat, and you circle. Here's it is with a partner. It's great with a partner because you can rip off these back to back. After one person gets the peek out in reversal, the other person's ready to hit the sit out. Notice that Eli's ear and his knees never touch the mat. That's the way we're going to show today that you can do without a partner. It's called the Granby roll. It looks a little complicated and a little complex when you see it first and fast, but we break it down. It's not as complex as it looks. Here we go. He's gonna clear his leg. He's gonna cross step with his leg. He's gonna go elbow to elbow and do a Granby roll. See that Kakus is on this side of Eli. When Eli crosses his step, he clears his back leg. Kakus can go to the chop here, and Eli can go right with the chop. Square out. Okay, one more time faster. Here's what we're going to do if you have a chance to do this on your own and drill it together. Here's a pivot stand-up. So with Igor. Long sit to the hip heist. Here's your pivot stand up to your hip heist. got is the Granby drill. Take these drills, you can drill them at home on your own or with a friend or something. You can still do it. Like, think Eli Kinner, national qualifier, and Andrew Kakus, another national qualifier from the area, who's been going and helping us do this. This is something they drill at almost every practice.